The bull market isn't over. And in this video, I want to give you multiple reasons for it. Now, a lot of people can use this. I notice the sentiment all around me. People, they think that the bull market is over based on their feelings, and that's where you made your first mistake. A lot of people, they now show that crypto is or isn't made for them. You expect a lot of returns, but with the slightest pullback, you're whining about the market. Sorry, I'm going to speak to the people in this video who are a target of this. Okay, so if you are not emotionally involved in crypto and you feel like, okay, it's going to be okay, then fine. Maybe this is still helpful for you. But for the people that are too emotional, try to stare blind at the fact that this time should be different, then this video is for you. And I want to give you some reality checks right here, okay? In your benefit, I can hopefully help a little bit. It's not that I know what's going to happen in the market, of course, but I have been in a couple of bull and bear markets already, and I know exactly what the biggest enemy in crypto is. These are two things. And if you're going to eliminate those enemies, you're going to make it. So welcome to the Fomo Factory. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn the bell notification on. I don't want to waste your time anymore. What's funny is that yesterday the market was having a pullback. If that's like everything we can call it. Some people said crash or correct. It was more of a pullback. And you'll notice how bad the sentiment was right here, right? We made a lower low. Yeah, okay. We swept this low right here. And I said in my video, we can go back to 70. It's possible, right? Everything is possible. We can also bounce here. We can also stay in the middle here. No clue. All I know, in the short term, it's either sideways or an opportunity. That's the only thing it is, right? Long term, doesn't even matter. It's not relevant. It's not relevant. Now you see today, one day later, that Bitcoin has bounced with 8% like it's nothing, and it's just above where it came from already. Okay? Guys, if the market was so bad, then why is Bitcoin easily holding the all-time highs? Come on. So what I noticed in the video that I made yesterday is that I got a lot of negative comments. Not necessarily about me, but about the market. And I really want to talk about that, okay? Because we can whine about the market as much as we want. But let me tell you this, in a couple months from now, a year from now, whenever the market is sitting at extreme highs, you will look back and be like, shit. I was whining so much. I was trying to revenge trade this market so much. I could have made so much money, right? You are the one that's fucking it up, okay? The market isn't. So I saw one comment that I thought was pretty interesting. I saw a couple more, but I saw this comment right here. Somebody said, I bought Rune 1 year ago at $11 and it now sits at $3. Worst bear market ever. Okay, so I it's not the bear market, of course, but if you mean worst market ever, look, guys, I think that a lot of people, again, are getting wrecked right now because of the market just doing what the market does, and everybody had some kind of an expectation. And if it doesn't exactly go that way, they don't know what to do anymore. They walk around with chickens without heads. They have no clue, and they just try to whatever who stands in their way is the one to blame, right? Whether it's a YouTuber, a project owner, the market itself, you blame everybody except yourself. Okay, and that's your number one mistake. This market, I can tell you this, there are people making money in this market, right? There are also people getting wrecked in this market. But guess what? It's the same market for all of us. So if you are the one that's not making money, then you are the one that's doing something wrong. I mean, we are adults here. I don't want to make this one whining video, but I do think that sometimes people also need to realize that your outcome is based on what you do, right? Look at yourself. You make the decisions. If you are not making money in the same market as somebody else is making money, then you are doing something wrong. Period. Right? And I just really would like to prevent you to do that. Because we can do this. We can do this. Right? So about that comment about Rune at $11, and I think a lot of people have that feeling, right? About an altcoin somewhat months ago, and it's now there. Fuck the market. Okay, first thing. And let me tell you this. I'm going to show you something which is not necessarily Rune related, but it could be any altcoin, right? Let's look at Rune. Rune is at $3 indeed. Oh, this person happened to bought at 11. So one, he bought the exact top. Okay. Well, that's already your mistake. You decided to press the buy button here and not somewhere here, right? You didn't know about Rune, you didn't care, and until it started to pump, you decided to buy it, right? I can tell you that if I had Rune right here and I just had a 14x, I'm gonna dump that coin on you, right? And you decided to be like, okay, take my money. Number one mistake, right? You have to believe when nobody else believes. And that's here. And it's already here as well. We'll notice the sentiment all around us, right? But when we are down there, you don't believe, right? You only believe when the market is up. That's your second mistake, right? Don't believe in the market when it's up. You should believe when it's down. And then when the market is up, you will notice what kind of rewards came from that for believing there, right? You did it the other way around. It's wrong. Also, and I saw this person, he kind of said like, worst market ever, trying to blame on the market, right? It's not to blame on the market. It's not to blame on the Fed. It's not to blame on Trump. It's not to blame on Elon. It's not to blame on the Rune team. It's not to blame on anybody but you, okay? Rune, from the moment this person bought it, is down with 71%. And the sentiment here is, fuck Rune, it's bad, it's down. I hope you're not selling it right now. But the sentiment is terrible right now around the entire altcoin market, actually, which is ironic, but we'll come back to that. However, if you look back at the last market, right, for the same coin, 2000 and 2021, what you'll notice is that altcoins also had a mid-cycle rally, right? Same for Rune. If you bought the top right here and wrote it down, you were down as well with 70%, 73, slightly more than now. So is this the worst market ever? No, it's kind of exactly a carbon copy of what happened last cycle, right? Now, the funny thing is that if you look at Twitter and you'll look for the tweets about altcoins in November 2020, you will see tweets the same as today. You will see tweets where people said, altcoins are dead, I'm selling right now, no alt season, it's not happening. That was here before, it happened. People here sold their Rune. They were down 70%. They said, worst market ever. I bought there and it's now there. What a shit coin, right? They sold. Well, you see what happens. That's a huge, huge, huge mistake. And again, guys, I'm not saying that we will get the exact same move here, but something pretty similar is likely, right? Everything kind of exactly copy pasted. So, hey, I expect something like this. But anyway, again, if you keep on making these mistakes, you will eventually, when alt season is peaking out, you will look back at the market and be like, man, I was hating on the market. I was hating on these altcoins. I was trying to outsmart the market. I was trying to think that it was different. Meanwhile, 50x's happened all around me, right? Because here as well, Rune, it did like a 20 whatever x, right? 20x. People didn't care here, so they bought here in the middle of a 20x. They wrote it down with 70%. They scared the shit out of themselves. They capitulated. And then they saw alt season happening. And then they bought the top again. In the meantime, Rune already made more than a 50x, right? You could have already had it. But because you were too emotional or whatever, you still found yourself wrecked here. So yeah, of course, alt season is going to happen. but it's not gonna reward. And everybody, we need the bad sentiment, right? We need people to not believe. And this market like was such a perfect example. And it's funny how we're now seeing the exact same thing, right? The exact same thing. Now I got a lot more crypto sucks. Most people are just losing money right now. Bro, I understand the sentiment, but crypto doesn't suck. Most people are, look, Bitcoin is up like it's freaking up 500%, right? From the all-time high, it's up 580% or so. Like it's sitting at, if you zoom out like this, it's sitting pretty much at all-time highs. What sucks exactly? It doesn't. It doesn't. But your knowledge and your acting to it, that sucks. Sorry to break it. But most people, they here were like, let's buy altcoins. I said on the channel for a long time, I'm not buying altcoins. I got a lot of hate for that, right? Because I was like, same message as Benjamin Cohen, but slightly less conservative. But like, hey, Bitcoin tends to outperform altcoins in the pre and halving year, right? In the post-halving year, they usually outperform. That's now. Yeah, by now, there's nobody believes in it anymore. And now we get these comments like, crypto sucks. This is it. This is such a copy of last cycle. And you are victimizing yourself. It's, man, stupid. It's how it works. It's not saying that you are stupid for the people I'm speaking to, but it's just stupid how it works, right? Try to ignore sentiment and your feelings. You will come a long way. I said you have two enemies. One is patience. If you are in the altcoin market, and which didn't do bad either, by the way, because the altcoin market from the low is now up 380%. So that's almost a 5x. And from the cycle high, it is only down with 25%. So, okay, it's not that bad, actually. But the thing, the number one enemy is patience, right? People, they might look at crypto and be like, oh, if I put my money in, I expect this. And if it doesn't happen by then, don't know what to do, right? Well, in reality, like I said, like there's a 4-year cycle, right? We have and you can see it here very clearly, but you have to draw this pattern to maybe understand it. But you have where do we start? An accumulation area, basically, sideways. It's where you accumulate. Then we have the uptrend. It's where you make money. Then we have the distribution phase. It's where you offload. And then we have the bear market. It's where you don't get into crypto. All right? Yeah. People here already, they buy. And they went, we're bull. Like, bro, do you realize how the market works? We have to have this for a long time. Then we have to go sideways for a long time. Then the uptrend start to happen, and then the distribution phase. And to make it even more nice, with altcoins, it's all a year delayed. So if you look at altcoins on the Bitcoin pair, we are still in the territory of the downtrend / accumulation area, basically, right? We have the same thing. We have an accumulation area right here. We have an uptrend right here. We have a short distribution phase and a bear market again. And then we have a distribution area. Then we have the uptrend. People expected the uptrend to happen a year ago already. Yeah, that's like, but why? Because it doesn't work like that. You should get your information from the right places. Stop watching fucking crypto banter for once and know who to listen to, or just really take your time and look at the market like, hey, unbiased view. I'm not in the market right now. Whatever. How does it move? And then you might, like, it will never repeat the exact same thing. But again, as long as it does, yeah, the people that went against it got wrecked until the day of today. Right? So patience is your number one enemy. Number two enemy is patience and shit. I have a brain fart, man. That's terrible in the middle of a video that I never edit. Well, at least thinking that this time is different, right? Again, the people that think that always get wrecked. But what I really mean, just popped up in my head again. Sorry for this. Still like the video, please. Is emotions, right? People are emotional, man. That's normal. Oh man, I've been in crypto. I've got so emotional in crypto, man. I mean, in especially in 2017. You know why I got wrecked in 2017 so hard? Even though I was trading exactly at this point right here, mostly because I got freaking emotional, man. I got too overhyped right here when it went down. I panicked the shit and I sold the bottom and everything. I did it all the wrong way, right? I did it. I see all these YouTube comments and I don't try to be a dick. Like, that was me, man. That was really me. And I completely get it. Maybe I'm just trying to speak to my younger self, like, don't be an idiot, dude. Your emotions and finances goes together just as well as sandwich with fried dog. I don't know. Maybe if you're in China, you like it, but bad metaphors. At least something that Ren is better at, right? But no, it just doesn't go well together, right? Emotions and anything basically, but emotions and crypto especially. So patience, have that. Emotions don't have that, right? Works great in crypto, not so much in relationships. That's not what we're in for. So again, a lot of these comments where people say that it sucks and worst moment for alts to buy since the beginning of the cycle, and they're drastically lower. And then again, most are dramatically lower than last March. That's true. Then again, worst moment depends. Like, worst moment for what? To buy, well, if they are lower, then it's a better moment. If to sell, yeah, worst moment. But who the fuck's talking about selling altcoins at the beginning of a post-halving year, right? So it's a little about perspective, man. It's a little about perspective. Like, is like, and to be honest, most people, they don't even look at this chart. They don't know what it is, right? I'm having here altcoins on the Bitcoin pair. This alt season or not. Most people don't look at this. They look at altcoins on the dollar pair. And in that case, I still feel like, but is what's bad about this, right? Yes, you compare to Bitcoin when Bitcoin was making all-time highs and the altcoin market isn't yet. And oh my God, the altcoin market sucks so hard, and it's completely different this time because I haven't done my research to see that last cycle when Bitcoin here in the purple made a new all-time high, the altcoin market still had a 2x to go, and the altcoin market just started to make an all-time high when Bitcoin was twice above the previous all-time high. So this time isn't different. This is such a preaching piece of shit video, but I really hope it's helpful. Again, don't try to blame the market. That's not gonna, like, what do you think? That the market is gonna just eventually comes alive in a person's body and says to you, I'm so sorry, sir. I won't do it again. Here's your money. Like, no, if there's one person to blame, it's you. Please, if you are one of these people that comments or thinks about this, sorry to break it. But if you're not making money, you are doing something wrong. You're buying at the wrong time. That's your biggest problem, probably. You're selling at the wrong time. You're not taking profits. You're buying the wrong altcoin. There's so many mistakes that you can make. And you're making a lot of those, right? Because again, the altcoin market, it is not looking bad, right? It isn't looking bad. Definitely not. And that's the fun thing about this whole Rune story as well, that people are now bearish, right? Bullish here, bearish here. It's a classic mistake. Try to put it to practice. I know it's hard, but in theory, it's like, hey, you are doing it exactly the other way around. And now people might sell here, right? Take my loss, get out, save what's that to save. The market is not going up. Yeah, these are the people that are getting wrecked. Not the people that look at the lows and be like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to hold it right here, right? The people who bought in or sold out of panic in November 2020, yeah, I mean, they acted out of feelings. But November 2020, I don't know. But if you look at this chart again, November 2020 was basically pretty much when alt season blasted off. You don't want to know how many people sold here because they didn't believe. Now we happen to sit at the exact same level at the exact same time of the market with the exact same sentiment. All right. So I wanted to make this video about 5 things why this bull market isn't over, and let me throw them in real quickly to have some context here. Anyway, but why isn't this bull market over? Couple reasons, and I have a lot more, but a couple reasons already. One, sentiment is bad. Markets don't top on good on bad sentiment. Okay, the market never topped like here alt season, right? Or whatever Bitcoin, whatever you want to look at, doesn't matter. Let me take it back to this chart. It wasn't so that the market here topped because the sentiment was terrible. People here, oh, I'm so bearish. It's not gonna work anymore. No, markets stop at euphoric sentiment. Euphoric. Well, believe me, there's no euphoric piece of sentiment inside at this moment. So that alone already wipes all of the other arguments of the bears off the table. It makes zero fucking sense that everybody is bearish. Well, everybody, like, there's a lot of bearish sentiment, and that then the market feels like, okay, let's stop out. Nope, that's the other way around, right? So that's one. Two, why the market isn't over, retail isn't here, right? The market tops because there is a lot of too much porn. No, I don't know. The market tops because there are a lot of new dumb retail, right? Buying the top, as we saw about these rune posts, like, oh, buying the top, like, but then more extreme, right? We need a lot of this retail. So the sentiment that we have right now, people not checking out charts, just going purely off of feelings, right? We need those a lot, because then we have a lot of people to dump on, right? That's going to give us those blow-off tops. And that's what happened in the last cycles as well. Now, if you look at retail, the red line that's going to pop up, it's not here. It's not at sentiment highs, right? It's not here. People are not massively here. So two, why isn't the market over? Because there hasn't been an inflow of retail as well. Three, we have never had a cycle without somewhat of an alt season, right? Again, we had a fat alt season here. We had a fat alt season here. We're not getting anything here, right? A little diminishing, maybe I can live with that. But like, it's not that like the markets are always completely the same and then all of a sudden things are exact opposites, right? Of course, it's the same and then it's very much the same, but a little different than this, a little bit different than that, right? But not all of a sudden completely the other way around. So I'm very skeptical about having a crypto market where we have alt season, it's cyclical, right? Down, alt season, down, and then boom. Like, yeah, why? Because there are 500 million pump fund meme coins right now. That's not the reason. They're not sucking up all that liquidity, dude. Don't worry about that. Then 4-year cycle isn't over. Very simple. I mean, we have a thing called the 4-year cycle, and that's not just because of crypto. That's because of the global money flow and liquidity cycle in the general macro markets, and that goes back further than crypto, right? Now, if you look at Bitcoin, then it is very simple. We have the halving, and from the halving, we basically have about like this halving was in December 2012. Market topped out in December 2013. With the halving, August 2016 ended in December 2017. With the halving in May 2020 ended in November 2021. We now had the halving in May 2024. Like 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, 4 years. It's that it could be 3 years and 8 months. Okay. But that it's like freaking 3 years, like cut off completely 25% of a complete cycle for no reason at all. Like, I don't know. There are too many things lining up that this isn't over, right? Then you look, then there are a lot of other things that you can look at. Like you can put some TA on it, right? Like, and there are a lot of indicators that tell you that it's not logical that the market is over, like the Bitcoin logarithmic regression band, right? Very simple. Lower band, sell. Sorry, I'm not the YouTube comments. Lower band, buy. High band, sell, right? Bear market, green, buy. Red, here, sell. Green, buy, red, sell. Green, buy, red, sell. Green, buy, red, sell. Green, buy. What the fuck is the red? Like, we didn't even leave the green. We don't have to go completely to the upper band. But, like, what a freaking difference that is, right? So, no, the market isn't over. And I know that there are, like, again, there are so many people with so many different reasons. Like, I got some, like, I don't know, we have bearish divergence on the weekly, or the Fed is not gonna, cut rates anymore, or recession is coming. Look, it's all like, again, it goes all so much against so many things that say that this is far from over, right? And there are always indicators that are wrong. Always. Like, always. Let me put it like this. If you now sell to, like, not to make a trade, but really sell to leave this market for this cycle behind you, you are likely to be that person that sells right here, right before the bull market, here, right before the bull market. You are very likely to be that person. And here you think like, haha, I'm gonna outsmart everybody. You're betting against every piece of indicator, history, common sense. Yeah, just ask yourself, can you afford to be wrong? Like, is it fine if you completely miss out on the most exciting stage of the cycle? If you're okay with that, then that's fine. But then I wonder why you are in crypto in the first place. Go trade stocks, man. So I hope this was helpful. Sorry if I came off a little cruel, but I do feel like, man, sometimes there are people that just need to take a little responsibility for what they're doing instead of, like said, whining about the market. The market is all providing us the same opportunities. How come that I'm making money and you're not? And you can say, you're a YouTuber. I fucking make $500 every month on AdSense money, bro. That's not it, okay? That's definitely not it. You have the same chances. Stop being like a victim, okay? You can do it just as well. There's not a single difference, not, okay? And that mindset will never help you with anything in life. Also not in crypto, especially not in crypto. So instead of complaining, try to look at the market and be like, okay, let's do it. Let's freaking do this, man. And even if the market goes down, short it if you want, right? There's always money to be made in this market. So I just want to leave it here. I hope it was helpful. Again, sorry for the overall negative vibe in this video. Won't do that more often, but I feel like some things had to be said. So thanks for watching, guys. Still like the video. If you still feel like you may like me or not, or the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. I'll see you guys tomorrow.